Alright, guys. Fine. You guys want to see me talk about Soul Burst again. Now, I don't know if I'll be editing this video. Recently, I've been getting many comments on both Discord and YouTube about people telling me that my opinions on Soul Burst are dumb. Trying to correct me about everything. This is wrong. This is dumb. I disagree with you. You're stupid. I hate you. I No, Soul Burst. I don't like Soul Burst, and this is what this video is about. I don't like Soul Burst for many reasons. Let's start off with the balancing reasons, the one you might expect me to care about more. Which, honestly, I don't know which one I care about more. Balancing wise, the Soul Bursts I don't think are overpowered. I've heard some people say they are. I'm not so sure. I'm still too new to them. I have seen their stats. They're not. I don't think they're too OP. However, I do worry about how pulverizing they could potentially be. So let's look at Dakuda, one that I think is a good example. And I've also received a comment correcting me about Dakuda. So, Dakuda gains 152 range attack, becomes slower, and of course bulkier. It also gets a signature move, Electro Blast, which is basically a Z move. Let's start with the Z move. Z moves ruined competitive Pokemon in Generation 7. It is universally despised by a lot of people. Wolf Glick, John PM7, many people don't like it. And I don't like it either. I don't like Gen 7 or Gen 6 meta, but I definitely think Gen 7 is my least favorite, which it's a pretty common opinion. So, first off, the animations take pretty long. It's a nitpicky thing, doesn't matter as much, but hey, it exists. And the animation, I think, take too long. For the move, of course. And also for, like, transforming them, which definitely takes too long. As for the move itself, it's not the same as a Z move at an initial glance. Z moves could take your move to 160, 180 base power. These seem to be only around like 125-ish base power. However, you need to remember that you're also gaining stats when doing it. So, instead of Dakuda using a 180 base power electric move, a Thunder Strike, let's say, it's using a 152 range attack, 125 base power move. Which I think is even stronger. I didn't do the math, but I think that's even stronger than the Z move. But what's more is that Thunder Strike also gets much more powerful. It's like if Dakuda kept the same range attack stat, but Thunder Strike was like 135 or 150 power. I don't know, I might be exaggerating. I didn't do the calcs. So yes, that is it. Dakuda's Electro Blast can help it break through plants now, which they seem to give Dakuda no coverage for plant types in an attempt to balance it. However, I did 40% to a Florant Soul Burst with my Dakuda with Electro Blast, which is also another issue. Don't think they needed these moves. Z moves suck. Without Smart, without max range attack UPs, meaning I could do 50%. Potentially. Meaning if barbs are up, a Electro Blast into a Thunder Strike is gonna kill the Florant, which is kind of absurd, and I don't like that at all. Maybe the Florant wasn't good, I don't know. I kinda doubt. Kind of. Who knows? What if it was clever? Oh my goodness. Oh my god. Frailer resists are in trouble. Yeah, this is another thing. They can break through their counters now. Stratosaur can break through an electric type. This is gonna be bad. Fiskarna is never coming into a Soul Burst erupted on Landslide. That's disgusting. This is bad. The meta could get pulverized. Now, my prediction for the meta is that bulky teams are going to die. They're not going to exist anymore. My prediction, ridiculous prediction, could very easily be wrong. I am also pretty bad. So don't take my advice for it. So yeah, pretty hot take. Bulky teams could go out of bounds. Some of you might like this, but I like it when a meta is diverse. I like it when lots of things are viable. And I think the previous Lumia Legacy meta was like that. Some say Hyper Offense wasn't viable beforehand, which is ridiculous. If it could be, maybe it could be bad, but I don't think it was unviable. Like, something could be less viable than another thing. In this meta, I'm predicting that Stall could reach unviable with how powerful some of these Lumians are. Offensive teams, they're probably okay because a lot of these aren't super fast because of how hunky big they are. But bulky teams are doomed and dead. Now it's time for the designs. So the designs, I don't like a single one, which I've learned is a pretty hot take apparently. I think that a lot of these are either trying too hard to be cool, or just ugly from the get go. Now, not super ugly. Like Gastroc, I think is okay, but the others, I don't know. Florant, the Venus flytrap doesn't make a lot of sense. It looks out of place to me, and also it feels like it could be. You could also say it's trying too hard to be cool. I personally don't get that feeling, but I wouldn't be the least bit surprised if someone said that. Euroctodon, it looks. I don't know if this is just me, but it looks kind of soulless. You know, it looks like a crazy person, and it's also. I don't know. It doesn't really look right. It's probably fine. I can see why it's one of the more popular ones. Stratosaur emphasizes the mechanical aspect of Stratosaur, which I never liked that bit, and now it looks a lot less cute and a lot more, eh, in my opinion. It's obviously this is just my opinion. Dakuda gets hunched over. Don't like that. Looks a little weird. And finally, Gastroke. Oh wait, not finally. Gastroke becomes Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, which I think is a little goofy. And Krakalova becomes a giant cum fountain, a fountain of cum, and the cum turned into a spirit, and it's controlling every little bit of cum in the world. Don't care what you guys say. You can say orange juice or whatever. I'm gonna say cum. And if anyone asks if my cum is orange, who are you? Next. Now, obviously, these are all just my opinions. Design-wise and balancing are the main things, and I don't care too much about them. Like, obviously, the animations take too long. A little bit nitpicky thing. Doesn't matter too much, though. I think some of the animations are a little eh. I think the names for them, Terraform, Gastroke, Magmadier, Eruptodon, pretty goofy. I've had a long argument with someone about this happening in Pokemon, and they gave some pretty good examples. Like, Typhlosion the Indomitable. Little cringe, I'll say. A little cringe. But things like Brute Bonnet, that's a code name. That shouldn't count. So yeah, this is my opinion. If you like Soulburst, good for you. And keep liking Soulburst. Don't listen to me. I am crazy, clearly. So, how do I feel? Still don't like Soulburst.